Okay, so what I thought I'd do tonight, I'll do a brief intro. Hopefully, you know who I am by now because you must have got the link from the group that I run. So, my name is Louise, and I started my crypto journey around about August last year. And I started holding coins, buying coins, building a business with different coins. And I came across trading about 2, 3 months ago now. And the reason why I decided to start trading was simply because I've seen a lot of businesses come and go in the time, in the very short time actually that I've been with crypto. And I wanted to do something where I was in complete control. So where the money stayed in my wallet, where I could work as and when around my children. I've got two small children. And I wanted something that was going to last a long time rather than something where I'd have to build and keep building and then it might go away. Hey, Claire. So that's why I started trading. And I've had some amazing results. So bearing in mind that I'm pretty new. Hey, Nina, how are you? I've only just gone over the intro. You haven't missed a lot. So my biggest day recently was over 16% in one day, which is incredible. So another reason why I think everyone should look at trading is because of the volatility of the market. If you're into crypto, if you're holding coins, and obviously you'll have good days and you'll have bad days. I mean, Bitcoin goes up and down within within 2 seconds. You'll check your Bitcoin and it will be a completely different figure. And I think you can't really plan how much those Bitcoin are going to be worth. You know, we all would hope that the predictions that Bitcoin are going to increase in the future are going to be true, but you don't really know. The one way, well, there are other ways of growing crypto, obviously, but the one way that I found that is working for me is trading. So what I thought I'd do tonight is to go through some kind of basic principles because I do use tools and I have got a training system that I personally link into. But I want to show you some basic principles so you can pretty much go away, have a look yourself, and you can get started straight away without having to, plug into any of the systems that I've got because you don't necessarily need them. They just make your life a whole lot easier and they give you knowledge, obviously. So, obviously, with anything to do with crypto, you'll always hear me say only put in what you can afford to lose. And this goes with trading as well. I think because trading is based on riding the market, the ups and the downs, I think you've really got to get yourself into the headspace that whatever money you put into trading, you're willing to kind of let it go if that happens. Now, obviously, if you follow the rules and you follow the principles, you hope that you're not going to lose any money, but obviously there's always a risk. So that's just my caveat there. Oh, hello, Fiona. How are you? So, I was just going over an intro. Don't worry, you haven't missed that much for now. So, the basic principles, I'm going to talk about those a little bit more in detail tonight. And I want to show you live how the basic principles work because I personally understand better when I'm actually shown what it looks like in real life. I don't know how you guys learn, but that's personally how I learned the best. So I'm going to talk to you about the principles and then I'm going to show you. I'm also going to talk to you about the tools that you need. So these are free tools that I use that will get you started straight away. And then I'm also going to talk about some rules of trading as well, some basic rules that you need to kind of have in the back of your mind when you're going through it. So basic principles then. I'm going to share my screen because I think it's easier to show you my screen as we're doing this. So bear with me a second. I'm just going to get to my desktop. And I'm going to show you my Poloniex account. So the two tools that I use a lot, and I'll go on to the other tool at the end, are Poloniex, just because I really like how the graphs look. Now you can trade on lots and lots of different exchanges. So I know people who trade on Binance, on Bittrex. There are loads. I mean, there are loads of different exchanges that you can trade on. So I chose Polynex just because I like how the graphs look. I also like how everything's laid out as well, that everything's clear. You know, you've got your order book quite clear there. That's what I like, so that's why I chose it. And Polynex is a completely free exchange to set up on. There are no initial fees for actually opening an account. Obviously, when you're buying and selling, you need to kind of take fees into consideration. But any profits that I make when I'm trading, I automatically wrap up the fees in them. So when I talk about, you know, 1, 2, 3%, 16%, I'm talking after fees because I've already put those into the calculation. So that's quite important that you keep a check on fees. So basic principles of trading then. I want to show you BTC and USDT because at the moment it's going up and down like no one's business, and I want to show you what it looks like in real life. So last week I did a live trade for you to show you what you need to do. I'm not going to do that this week because I don't think I need to. I think you had that last week, but I want to talk to you about the order book because this is really, really key. So there are two things actually that are really, really key when you're looking at trading. You're looking at the graph in the right way, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about how the graphs work. You've got the graph set up right, and I'm going to explain a bit about that. And you understand what the sell order book and the buy order book does and what it's there for, and how you can kind of prejudge what's going to happen next. Obviously, nobody's got a crystal ball. Nobody really knows what the market is going to do. You can only do it based on the information you've got in front of you, which, to be honest, is pretty good. Obviously, there's going to be trades where it doesn't do what the market predicts, but that is just life, I'm afraid. So let's start with the graph then. So it probably just looks a little bit odd. If you're not used to looking at graphs like this, it probably just looks a bit like, okay, there are lots and lots of different colors and there are lots and lots of different lines, and I'm not really sure. Don't worry about the technical aspect of what it looks like. I'm going to explain to you the basic theories. So these grey boxes that shoot upwards, those are volume. So what I mean by volume is that's the number of Bitcoin that people are buying. So usually, and this is a basic principle of trading, is that if the order book shoots up, i.e. if people start buying lots, you know, the price of Bitcoin is going to go up. If people suddenly start selling lots, so you can see here there was a massive upshoot in volume and then suddenly hardly anything, usually the price starts coming down again, and you can kind of see that on the graph. Look, as the volume goes up, you can see it going up, and then you can see a slide downward when the volume goes down as well. So that's quite useful, knowing that as kind of like just a principle. The lines are kind of like testing resistance. I'm not going to go into too much detail of what those are tonight because I don't think that's that important just yet. I just want to tell you the basic principles. And then down below, this is really, really key to get your head around, and it might take a few times of you actually looking at this on the actual exchange, so actually on Polynex, and actually getting it into your head. But like I said, if the volume shoots up, so there's more buy orders than sell orders, the price will keep going up and up and up. If the sell orders are higher than the buy orders, then the price will keep coming down, down, down. It's kind of like supply and demand, really. You know, if more people want it, the price is going to keep creeping up. If people suddenly get rid of it all, there's more Bitcoin in circulation, and usually the price goes down. So I say usually because obviously you're dealing with the markets, and honestly, sometimes anything could happen. So I want to show you live. I've been doing quite a lot of trading today on Bitcoin because Bitcoin and a lot of the coins are moving. So Bitcoin to me is kind of like the daddy of the coins. You know, he's the one. I don't know why you call him he. He's the one that kind of controls the market. So usually if Bitcoin goes down, all of the other, we call them altcoins, so alternative coins, will go down with it. If Bitcoin goes up, all of a sudden all the other coins will go up as well. Not always, but generally. So I want to show you this. So what I do when I'm scrolling down to the sell order book and the buy order book, I will scroll down to the first 100 orders. And can you see there, it gives you a total. So it gives you a total. So it's saying for the first 100 orders of the order book, the sell total is 710. See, it jumps around so much. 681,000 it was then. See, it jumps so much. And then the buy order book is 773. So can you see those numbers just jumping around? These are live figures. So when people are buying and when people are selling, it goes up and it goes down. So that's why you get so much volatility in the market, because people are constantly buying and selling. And these are live figures as well. This is just based on Poloniex. So as you can see, the sell order book is probably about 150 £1,000 more than the sell order book. So the buy order book is £150,000 more than the sell order book, and they kind of jumping around. So what that would say to me is that they've still got a little bit of room for Bitcoin to actually grow in price. So what you want to do is you want to have a look. Oh, it's overtook it now. Can you see that? Can you see how quickly that happened? Now the sell order book is actually more than the buy order book, so you have to keep a real oh, it's jumped again now, 1.02. So you have to keep a real eye on what's happening. As long as the buy order book is larger than the sell order book, you've still got some room for the coin to grow. And what I do when I'm looking at what to buy it for and what to sell it for is I will look at, okay, what's the price it is now, what's the price it has been, and like work out the difference between those two figures and see whether there's enough of room. So, you know, 8437 to 8252, what's that as a percentage? If that's, say, like 10%, is there enough of a buffer for you to make a profit? And the system that I use teaches you how to make a profit, but a very small profit, but do lots and lots of different trades. So they teach you how to make like 1% on a trade and obviously keep compounding it, which is the safest thing to do. They've also brought out a new piece of software where they teach you how to make, 7, 8, 9 crazy numbers involved. But that's the kind of safest way of looking at the market. And again, the figures have changed again. Can you see 826, 658? And it does send you a bit boss-eyed when you first start. But let's just chat about that then. So let's just take those figures and let's just pretend that's 10%. And we're seeing down here that the buy order book is actually more than the sell order book. So what we would do is we'd look through the buy order book and we'd look for some really large figures. The largest figure there is, okay, so the largest figure there is here is the 8252. And what I would do is I would place an order usually for what, like a little bit just before that big order total there. And obviously you've got to keep your eye on that. And the reason why I say look for that big block going through is because usually that's kind of like where the wall starts hitting, where Bitcoin will keep rising and then it will start either going down or going up. And at the moment it's predicted to go up because the order book is still going up. Can you see that? It's still going up, still going up, going down a little bit, and then it probably go back up a little bit and down. And that's what I do. So once I've worked out, say if I took it's this number here, look, 82, oh no, I didn't get it, that number there, the 82527 708 900. I use a little tool in here which I'll talk about Icoinpro in a bit, but basically what I do is I add it in here and it tells you what you need to sell it for in order to make a profit. it will tell you when you're going to break even, when you make 0.3%, 0.5%, and all the way up. And like I said, this system teaches you the tools and gives you the education to make small profits, but make them easily. So in my account earlier, I did probably, I'll show you my account quickly. Let's just have a look at, oh, I don't know where to put the little boxes so you can see. Hang on, that's it. So these, I think these are all today. Yeah, I've done a lot of buying today, haven't I? These are all from today. So these buys are all from today, and most of these are cleared. The only ones that haven't cleared are these two at the top, because I did those just before I got on the call with you guys. So basically all of these here are ones that I've made a profit on. So, you know, there's a lot of lines there. And I did that work in probably about 20 minutes. It was really easy. I just copied and pasted the numbers and put the order through and just left it to do its own thing, and then literally just left the house after I'd placed all my orders, and then placed the sales orders, and then just went to pick up my daughter, and it was as easy as that. It was as easy as that. So let's just run through that again. I just want to show you again the order book and what you need to be looking for. So when you scroll down, like I said, the other things you want to look at actually on the graph are that the volume has actually broken through the bottom line of this band. Sorry, this Bollinger Band it's called, but it's just basically resistance. It just measures the Bitcoin going up and down with the market. And then what you ideally want to see, you want to see green, because green means it's going up. It means that the Bitcoin is keeping going up in value. And then, like I said, on the order book, if your buy orders, the first 100 orders, the total is more than the sell order book, then usually the price goes up. I guess something else quite neat as well. The number here, the 8255, is usually what you buy it for over here. So it's a starting buy price. And then the order book over here shows you the selling order price. I don't know why they don't just switch them around, because that would be easier to look at, but hey ho. So basically, you say if you bought at 8264, you could start watching this figure here and seeing whether it goes up and up in value. Similarly, if Bitcoin started going down in value, so if this 8265 then drops, see it's going up in value, 8267. This is people placing orders in the system. This means that the coin keeps going up in value. Can you see that? 826771. So it's not going up by much now. It's slowly creeping up. I see it jump down again then, 8274. So you've really got to keep an eye on what's happening. You've got to keep an eye on the totals, and you've got to keep an eye on what prices they are as well. And obviously, beware of, be mindful to the numbers. So know exactly in the system what you need in order to make a profit. So what I usually do is once I place the order for the Bitcoin, I will then automatically go into the system and place an order. So say you'd placed an order for 8280 and you bought Bitcoin there. If you needed to sell it for 8290, for example, you could actually just sell it. You could place an order in the system, and then when Bitcoin, if it got to 8290, the system would automatically sell it for you. So you haven't got to worry, oh my God, I need to be online all the time. You can just set it up and leave it, which I think is pretty cool. And then what happens is in your open order section of Poloniex, it will just show up. So I've got a few here, look, that I placed earlier just before the call. So and then these will just sell as soon as Bitcoin gets to that amount. So usually with trading, you want trades to clear within the same day, really, unless you're following a coin that's gone really, really low and then you're watching it go really, really high. That could happen over a series of a few days. But in general, you want to make tiny profits, so make like 1% on a trade, get in and out really, really quickly, because that's how you get your turnover of money. So I just want to show you, this is quite a cool calculation I found. So basically, I've got a bit more than the 1800. I think I've got, and then this just works out calculation on compounding. So this just works out, if you started with say $1,800, obviously you can start with whatever you like. You don't have to start with a big figure. And it shows you the daily interest rate. So if you committed to making 2.8% a day on your balance, which is totally doable in trading, the length of term, 260 is about a year. I've discounted weekends, took them out because obviously not many people like working weekends. And I've included a daily reinvestment rate of 90%. So you're taking out 10% for yourself. You're keeping 90% to actually compound. And these are the figures here, which are just crazy. So if you only started with 1,800 and made a daily commitment to make 2.8% profit on your pot every single day, and just kept putting it in, taking only 10% out as almost like a wages, this is what your pot would grow to. So it would grow to $1.29 million. And then you could take out $129,000, which I think that is an amazing calculation to look at. I think when you're thinking about those figures, and you can do it in just a few minutes a day. I mean, I did all those trades that you see when I showed you on my account in 20-30 minutes, just literally sat there looking at the figures and doing them. I just want to show you Icoinpro quickly. Just checking the time, see we're not going to overrun. If anyone's got any questions, by the way, just shout up. So I wanted to show you basic principles, but you don't need to actually use these tools at all. You can start for free. So obviously you need a pot to trade with. Sorry, someone's just knocking on the door. I wondered who it was. So you can start for free. You don't need to actually invest in any education or whatnot. But for me, this system has made everything really simple and really easy to use. So I think it's $39 a month, which you can actually cancel at any time. So, if you decided it wasn't for you after a month, just cancel it. So I think it's about £29 a month. So it's next to nothing. And what you get in here is lots and lots of different training modules, stuff that you probably don't need, like introduction to currencies, blah, blah, blah. But there's some really, really useful stuff down below. So in here, they've got things like the different strategies that we use to actually make profits. They've got the tracking sheet that I showed you, which basically you put your figures in and then it tells you how much you need to sell it for to make a 1%, a 2%, whatever profit you want to make on it. And then they've got this really amazing tool, which is what I use it for, and it's the reason I share it with people, is they've got this tool that basically tracks the whole of the system. So it tracks Poloniex, it tracks Bittrex, it tracks Binance, it tracks GDAX, and it tells you when a pairing, so when, for example, on this one, when Ethereum and when BTC, so Bitcoin, is actually dipping. So it gives you the indicators to then go and actually have a look at that trading pair, have a look at it, apply your knowledge, apply your common sense, and decide whether you actually want to buy it or not. And that's why I use this Icoinpro for, because it actually just saves time. It's just amazing. It just literally, you log in and you'll look and you'll go, okay, so Ethereum and BTC currently in a dip. The alert close price is this. That must be the dip price. I need to go and have a look at it, and then apply the knowledge that they teach you in the system, which is based on the principles that I've shown you, but just goes into a lot more detail because they're like 40 or 45 minutes each one. And then you make a decision whether you want to buy and you want to sell. And it's that kind of easy. They're always adding new stuff to it as well. So they're always adding different training videos. They do live videos as well. They've got a group on Facebook that you can ask questions to. There are lots and lots of really knowledgeable people that are around you that you can kind of depend on, which I think is really useful. I mean, I was speaking to the guy who wrote it is someone that I'm friends with, and I've known him for a little while, so I know that it's written and it's managed by someone that I know, like, and trust, which is quite a massive deal nowadays, isn't it, online? But that's why I use it. I use it for ease. I use it for the education. You can actually promote it as a business if you want to, but I don't choose to promote it standalone. I prefer just to show people, hey, look, this is a tool that can make your life easier when you're trading. And that's why I like doing it. So does anyone have any questions? Hopefully that made sense. I guess the other thing I should mention is, this is only I'm going into my third month of trading now. This is totally new to me. I'm one of those people that I'm not really that techie. If I've got a problem with my computer, for example, I will literally turn it off and on, or give John a shout. If I'm working something out numbers wise, I can't do numbers in my head. I need to get my calculator, So if you're sat there thinking, well, I'm not techie, it looks complicated, it can be just a little bit fiddly when you start with, but that's it. As long as you follow the training that this company gives you as well, you're off to a better start. And of course, I'll be doing live videos as well to help people along the way with, how to trade, how to set things up, which hopefully will be useful to everybody, because I think it's easier when you're seeing people do it themselves. So you're seeing someone else do it that knows what they're doing. So has anyone got any questions that they want to pop up to me, or any observations or anything? Anyone want to have a chat? Hey Claire.
Hi Louise, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just thought I'd pop on because we've all been sitting with our screens all blacked out, and I thought I would just pop on and say hey. That was all, really.
Oh, okay, cool, thank you.
Thank you so much for that. That was really good. This is my first training that I've done with yourself, so
yes.
I'm brand new to crypto, and so I'm just trying to learn lots of different things. That's basically where I'm at just now. So
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So did it make sense? I mean, did it look like the kind of thing that you'd be able to get your head around? Or
I think, yeah, once I would need to take my time and go through it and see, but yeah, I think you could get your head around what's going on. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. And it's one of those things as well, I think what a lot of people make the mistake of is trying to learn too much. I think for me, what I did was just literally learn enough and then just have a go and just just go small, just do like $10 a trade or something, and not worry too much about the outcome.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I think there's so many crypto things out there just now, and it can be very bamboozling. So it was a bit of a refreshing thing when I just stumbled across your group just because I've been looking into crypto,
Yeah.
and I thought, all right, okay, this seems a lot more like what I'm trying to do, but you don't want to get caught into the trap of all these different things that are happening, put it that way.
Yeah.
The things that aren't so I don't even know what the word, like Ponzi and stuff like that. I just want to figure out how to do it. And I think you're right. I think trading for yourself is actually a really good way. Plus you're learning stuff as well.
Yeah, you are. You're
So
learning stuff, and like I just like it because you're in complete control. I mean, I've got two little babies, and they take up my headspace and they take up my time, and
yeah.
and for me, sometimes if I wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I have to feed my baby. I will do a trade, and
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy to some people, but it just kind of works. And the reason why I kind of decided to do the trading anyway is because I'd seen lots of things come and go, things that you've probably seen, the bots and a few businesses. And
Mhm.
I've
Mhm.
been in network marketing before. I've seen how it works. I have been successful. I have recruited people into stuff, but
Mhm.
you don't get the long lasting business model with most of them nowadays. You just
Yeah.
don't. Whereas for this, you'd have to have the market completely fall flat on its knees.
Yeah.
I
And
don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think that is going to happen, to be honest.
No. And I mean, obviously, there are different wallets. You've probably looked into different exchanges and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I use Binance as well to hold a few coins, but there's something about Binance that just doesn't look long term to me. So I
Yeah.
stay away from that. I just like the look of Poloniex. I think it just looks professional and it just looks like it might be around to stay. I don't know.
Yeah. And in terms of like when you obviously make profit, does it go into a separate wallet?
No, it stays in here. So everything you've got, it goes into. I'll just show you in here. It
See, it's
stays.
little things like this. I know there's all these things like wallets, and then there's exchanges, and then there's all these other things. I'm very, very new, so it's
Yeah, no, it's
all a bit.
cool.
Crazy.
It in your deposits and withdrawals, it basically gives you a list of what you've got, so it will tell you. So at the moment, I'm just trading Bitcoin to US dollars because the market is quite volatile on the other coins.
Mhm.
Um, but you can trade in almost anything. When you
Yeah.
go back to, let me just go back to the exchange bit, and it explains more in the trading systems and stuff in
Okay.
Icoinpro. But if you look on this right hand side here,
Mhm.
I trade in US dollars, which is what USDT is,
Yeah.
but you can also trade in Bitcoin, you can also trade in Ether, and you
Mhm.
can also trade in Monero.
Monero.
Um, the reason why I trade in US dollars is because obviously it's the most stable.
Mhm.
There are tiny ups and downs, obviously, but with Bitcoin, you can log into your account one day and have a lot, and then the next day you'll be like, "Oh my god,
Yeah. What's happened?
what's happened?" And it's quite scary, I'm doing this as well, Claire, because I'm a bit of a control freak. I like to, I like to be in full control. So,
That sounds like me as well. I just feel that all the stuff I've looked into, you like the bots and things like that, it's fine, it takes away a bit of the effort and the time, but I just worry that you're doing it all and then you get nothing out of it at the end because something happens. I don't
yeah,
know. I'm just a bit skeptical at times, but I do want to get involved because I think it isn't going away anytime soon, and it would be good to just. I've got two kids as well.
have you?
Yeah, but they're a bit older. They're 13 and 11. But it's just something to start putting some putting something away with a little bit of money that I've got. So to see, you never know. You just don't know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. And gone are the days, to be honest. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, you could become a millionaire just literally by buying a coin and holding it. But because the market's grown and there are so many different coins to spread your risk over,
yeah,
just, you just don't know what's going to happen. So I think trading is the only way. I mean, it does take longer, obviously, to build up, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, they say, don't they, if you always choose the easy path, then you're going to have a hard life. But if you choose the hard path, you're going to have an easy life. So
Exactly, because once you learn this stuff, then you've learned it, and you're, do you know what I mean? So you can apply it to lots to other
yeah,
things. But
exactly. And I know the guy that wrote the program and the system and stuff.
right,
And,
okay.
he's been doing it probably about 4 years. He started with $4,000, so you know, quite a big sum that probably most people haven't got.
Mm-hmm.
He said to me, I'd be absolutely surprised if this year I don't turn my account, so he's pulling EX wallet basically, into
Mm-hmm.
$1 million account.
There you go. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just, and you can withdraw that whenever, like at any time.
Yeah, you can. So I haven't actually withdrawn any yet, but
Obviously, we want to work on the compounding and stuff like that.
yeah.
That's, just keep going. But yeah, it's not like you don't. It's like you can withdraw it whenever you want, basically.
Yeah, you can. I've not actually withdrawn. I wouldn't know. I'd probably, if I was going to withdraw, I'd probably withdraw to my Coinbase account. And
Yeah.
then I've also got a Revolut card as well, which
Right.
isn't a bank, but it can hold US dollars. So it's quite useful to
Mm-hmm.
withdraw from Coinbase onto Revolut, and then you can exchange it within Revolut
All
to
right.
actually make it into pounds. And then you get a card as well, which you can spend anywhere, but it
All
just
right.
keeps it separate to your bank
Mm-hmm.
account. I've been using Revolut for probably about 4 years, and I've never had a problem. Like I think there's really low fees. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty safe. Um,
Okay.
that's what I would do. But yeah, at the moment I'm literally just compounding because
Compounding.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at those end figures and thinking, yeah, I'd quite like to have £1 million.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Yeah,
That would be lovely.
exactly. And you know what I showed you on the making small profits, within Icoinpro, they've actually added a new piece of training which is called RSI Spy,
Mm-hmm.
and within there it identifies coins that have basically hit the bottom of, you know, they've gone to the lowest point. You know, these are the coins that if you buy now, they're going to
Mm-hmm.
go back up again. So it
Yeah.
identifies those for you as well. So it really kind of like gives you all the tools to enable you to actually identify.
Especially for only what was it, $39 a month?
$39 a month. Yeah, if you want to refer it to people and you want to actually earn a commission, I think you have to pay a one-off fee of $40 on top. But
Right. Okay.
you know, you don't have to do what I'm doing. The only reason I'm doing it is because I want to break the mold. I don't want people to think that they have to go
They
into
have to
millionaire.
recruit. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, they have to
exactly.
build. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I can recruit, but I know lots of my network absolutely hate recruiting. They hate selling. They just
Yeah.
want to earn money. They want to have fun with their family. They want to do it whenever they want, and they want to be in control. They don't want to be tied to a sponsor. You know, they don't want to jump on
Oh
calls.
yeah. I'm in network marketing as well, and I totally get that. I
Yeah,
totally get it. So yeah, no, that's fab. That's been really useful. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's been really great.
that's all right. I'm thinking about doing weekly ones anyway, and hopefully I'll do different topics as we go through. So,
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
and if anyone wants any info on iCoinPro, then let me know. If you want to have a look, Claire, I can send you my link.
Yeah, why if you do that, I think I'm in the group and we're on Facebook, so come find me or I'll come find you, and yeah, you
Yeah.
can
Okay.
show me
What's your surname, Claire?
my surname's Omond, O-M.
Oh yeah, I saw you.
And yeah, it's an unusual surname, so normally most folk know who I am.
That's good.
Yeah, just if you send me some of the info, I'll have a wee look, because I'm definitely wanting to have a wee look into this more.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, we've got a few messages of thank you. Just want to say thank you, Nina. Excellent. If you wanna have a look at Icon Pro as well, and thanks, Fiona. It's funny, everyone's only put their first name, so I think I know who everyone is, but I'm not. I'm not
No,
sure.
I don't actually even know. I know on my Zoom, it must be my Zoom settings is just set to clear. I don't even know what I've done. So it
Okay,
never
yeah,
comes up with Claire Oman. So
probably.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to end it there. And what I'll do, guys, is I will post the recording as well. So obviously you've got last week's and you've got this week's. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a file together in the group, and I'm going to put them all in order. So you've got, like, you've got training there basically to help you. And you don't have to invest in Icoinpro if you don't want to. But obviously Icoinpro just gives you that bit extra and the tools as well.
That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you
It was
for tuning
lovely to
in,
talk to
everybody.
you.
Bye
Take
bye.
care. Bye.